Darkside, they want to win before the Ricky gets his shard. You try to take the mid lane and the bottom lane. You do that, and you're gonna be quite happy. Division is gonna. The other side, Nemiga, their way to victory. Protect the towers, delay. Ricky gets the shard. Be annoying. Get your Terrorblade to a spot where once he stands his ground with the Underlord behind, you get the victory. As I mentioned, I'm gonna be going for Darkside, but Nemiga do have the tools. At least they're gonna have the Terrorblade waves and put themselves.
Yeah, and we'll see here with the illusions coming up, just trying to scout it out onto the side just to see, because there was a smoke out from the side of Nemiga. They weren't able to, or they didn't want to go for anything. They were just grouping up as 5. It looks like maybe try and stop some walls coming out from the side of Darkside here. And you can see that already at the bottom lane, Fogus. He's actually gone for the axes to start off here, the wild axes to come through first. Trying to clear off these trees again up against the Treant Protector. Look at how much he can just clear off with the wild axes coming through. He takes down 2 patches of trees on this left hand side, which makes it even harder for the Sobat to have this mobility, you know, to try and get around and be effective in the lane.
Потрібна моя допомога.
It's also a
Потрібна моя допомога. Потрібна моя допомога.
It's gonna be hurting him quite. You have the physical damage for the Treant Protector, because you're probably gonna get the inner too. He comes close, you just start smacking him between the two of you, and you have the magic. But of course, you are 2 melee heroes. This is probably gonna allow me to maybe be slightly powerful spot.
Yeah, and again, this mid. Well, in fact, the bottom lane is so bad. He's trying to do what he can and focus. Kiritich coming straight through here. So he went for the first point into the reflection. We're not even going to see the metamorphosis at level 1. Just trying to pop those out and get some harass on your Soba, getting to the back lines as well. Waiting for these trees to regrow as well. But Fogus, he's just playing it safe. He's just playing away. He's looking to pull these creeps through. As you can see, the Spirit Breaker, Roger's already starting this pull through as well. And Fogus, he's taking a lot of damage to Elite Seed as well. But once the the creeps get pulled through, he's going to be right back to where he needs to be. Okay, he needs to be careful using the Fairy Fire, using the tangos, but he's got 4 of them now. And how do you really deal with this Beastmaster in the lane?
I mean, you're doing okay. The Terrorblade is usually okay. Then the only thing that they'll be fine. It's as long as the Terrorblade is farming, you're happy, because once the Helmet Dominator comes out, that's kind of the time.
Yeah, and so about the bashes. Roger, he's hitting those 17% every single time there, and Sobat just needs to move himself away. But yeah, Roger doing what he can to get the harass out onto Sobat. Sobat, he doesn't have the leech sheet just yet to throw that out against Roger. And Fogus again just coming through. He's got that regen here with the tangos, and it's going, if we take a look at the last hits here, it's not going great for the Beastmaster, but equally, it's not going great for Kiritich either. He's only got himself 5, where if we take a look at the top lane, Naga Siren already seems like she's taking the control, well, not the control, but, she's sitting comfortable in this lane.
But, these creeps, they have been... I would be very surprised if he... Oh, rage creeps! They decide to kill themselves. Okay, no.
Yeah, he just walked out of aggro range there for a second, but he does get the pullback on them.
Imagine that the creeps just walk into the tower and die, and you lose a couple of CS because of that. That would have been feeling so bad for him.
Range creeps as well. Yeah, that would have been, that would have been absolutely gutting.
But he's fine. He'll be okay. Roger's still not level 2. That's kind of what you are gunning for as the Spirit Breaker, because then you can make some nice plays. When you're missing off the map, it's always dangerous, especially if you can angle, and it's much easier to do so when you're dire side. Get behind it. One, just back with the lash, and there is Pathfinder.
Yeah, especially here you can see Ravel, he's got 2 points into the line, and so the extra slow into the split earth, and then a Diabolic Edict to come out. Yeah, if you can get the setup, and there is a ward in the river towards the bottom part of the map, you're looking at towards the bottom lane, but like you say, if he can find the right angle here, he's going to be seen by the creeps. He's still trying to get the pull through, so he is at the minute just trying to keep the hit that level 2, keep the creeps in favor of the Beastmaster here. So at the minute, Batrider can be a little bit more comfortable in the lane, cross the river like this, not have to worry about a gank coming out.
They don't want to engage. Like, we're 2 melee heroes against the tree and board. Just don't do it. It's too scary, and if we get the Beastmaster towards the Dominator in a solid timing, then
yeah, even Marine, he's getting a little bit cheeky here in the mid lane, popping the sticky napalms into the Firefly, onto the Lesh. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, Roger, he is level 2, so he's got that charge if he needs it, and there's no way to stop this here on the other lane. In fact, is he going to be able to get the courier? No, close, but he's not able to pick it up. The slow coming through from the Nature's Grasp from Sobad. It keeps him from being able to complete the kill onto the courier here. And like you say, Sobad, he's just putting the pressure onto Roger. So there is going to be the charge now, and it should be... I don't actually know if he crossed the outpost, and the Batrider might be a little bit too far up. But it looks like the charge is going to be stopped. Yeah, Lesh, Rabel had already turned himself back. He was walking himself away. So the charge doesn't connect here onto the Batrider. And he's going to live to speak about it another day.
The angle just... If you get yourself...
Oh, now it is, though. Maureen's short memory, maybe. This is good with the TP coming in, but the split earth into the lightning. And Rabel will pick up the first blood. Roger might even be able to get himself away from Sobad here. Again, no way to stop him from just walking himself away from that. And with the rotation in from the Silencer as well. I mean, Silencer, that's his first stolen intelligence as well.
That was weird for Mallory. I was like, okay, he's not charging from an ideal spot, but the reason why he was charging was because he saw that his guy was getting gone on. Malrine overly aggressive. We are used to Malrine being an aggressive player, but not in a scenario when there's a Spirit Breaker missing and you know that he is pretty much just a couple of units away. A bit of a mistake there, gives them the first blood, and that's a big thing for the...
Yeah, and he's even going to get the bottle charges. Roger coming back into the lane, going to be able to give him these bottle charges up. We'll see the train, he's hanging around on the ruins here. They're looking towards this bottom part of the map, and the Ricky as well. But the bash comes out. Hellscream, though, gets himself the regen. Just going to be able to immediately dive away to Malrine. And not overcoming. Soneko was rotating down. Just to help out, just in case, Rabel, a fight did break out, but Rabel, he's still going to be able to find the bottle charges with this bounty rune as well. So he's just using as much mana as he can here, just to get the maximum use out of this bottle once he does charge it here with the bounty rune.
Ramses is taunting them so much. Like, I'm gonna be behind your tier 1 and 2, and there's nothing you can do. Your heroes just don't do enough. If you had a position 5 with the stun, you could rotate there with a potential of killing him. But Ricky, Underlord, 0 damage. Giant Protector, 0 damage, 0 lockdown. Like, no one cares. And even if the Batrider comes over, you have the mirror image to remove this. Very, very tough to deal with there. Ramses is gonna be maximizing so much.
Yeah, now Siren level 6. He's got the 1 point into the net now, so they are going to try and keep down Underlord, stop him from being able to get away from this one. Vaz is level 6, but he doesn't have the point into the charge. He's even going to come in from Roger now as well. Yeah, he doesn't have his ultimate. And Ramses, he's going to be able to secure the kill.
One side has a Treant Ricky, the other one has a Spirit Breaker and the Silencer. Guess who's going to be stronger in the first 15-20 minutes of the game? It's not really questions. Darkside, they utilize the strength of their supports and they punish Vazia, and I think that's the important thing. This Underlord dies a couple of times. He's weak. He's not tanky. That's kind of the clear path to victory for Darkside.
Yeah, and how is Kiritich doing in the lane as well? He's looking net worth-wise. He's middle of the pack, but the pack is still really close together at the minute. He's got level 6 coming up after this next creep wave as well. Just playing it careful because there is a ward in the jungle that spots the rotation in from Rabel, but Rabel, it looks like he was just coming in. He gets himself one of the stacks in the jungle, cleans that one up, and then he is going to be going back as Roger. Seen by Sobad, but Roger a little bit faster, and we know how slow trees actually walk, and not able to catch up to the Raging Bull.
The Lash is going for a Yules. That's quite nice. He wants to be able to catch people, and it's also a very good defensive item in this game. Bit of Malice, the Napalm, and the Overgrowth. Even the Reflection is something that you might want to... That's quite nice, actually. I haven't seen it for a long time, but looking at the catch potential of Darkside, they don't have a lot of it. So this is a really cool approach. I haven't seen it for a very long time, considering that the Bloodstone B build. If someone needed to catch, they would usually go for.
Yeah, Vazia, he might be, I mean, Hellscream's backing him up, Seneko, but Nagasaren's in close. Nagasaran as well. Ramsey's level 8, so he's not put a point into the song just yet. The Pit of Malice goes down, but Seneko going to be able to walk away from the Firestorm. Is he going to be able to walk himself away from Hellscream? Look at this damage coming through. He's trying to block himself around in the trees, but it looks like Vazia, he's just going to be able to cut him off. Takes the shortcut. Maybe. Yeah, there's going to be the charge through. I mean, there's going to be the TP up from the Batrider now as well, who has those boots of travel, but Ramses is going to be close again, level 8, but there's not going to be a point in the Scream, so they might be able to take down Hellscream now as well. At least Malrine gets himself away, and nobody's going to be falling through the gate into the fountain. That would be a no-no, but at least they get the kill onto the Ricky, so they do trade 1 for 1.
Malrine got rooted in the base, actually. That was so close to him being rooted. And then maybe even brought down. That was just a beautiful smoke screen coming out from the Ricky that allowed them to get out. Everything was done well from both sides. Baiting in from Darkside, Roger giving vision on Tavazia, but Nemiga, they knew what was coming and they get themselves out with minimal casualty. Very, very nicely done. Forcing out some DPs. Losing the Ricky at this point in the game that deep on the enemy side, he pretty much wants to do. Because with that kind of an approach, you're at least having some impact, which is a problem for Ricky out.
Yeah, look at the Beastmaster as well. The Beastmaster just taking these stacks. Has that Helm of the Dominator going towards the Helm of the Overlord soon as well. So he's just going to be keeping the Satan now for a little bit. He gets the Unholy Aura, so the health regen. Going to be great. I mean, especially if the Terrorblade wants to stay in this lane. In fact, oh, the Centaur Storm coming through. They're not going to be trying to get too aggressive. There is going to be the rotation round from the Silencer as well as the Lesh in the smoke, though. So they might try and make something happen onto this tier 1 with this catapult wave as well. Perfect timing to get a pick onto the Terrorblade if they can find him. Oh, Terrorblade, Kiritich just TPs himself away. He knows something's happening now as well. Rabel coming in with a Diabolic Key to charge into the trees, but so bad. He is the trees, and he's just going to be getting himself deep enough that they don't want to be going into the trees to try and contest this. Settle in for the tier 1 tower, it looks like, here on the side of Darkside.
Good move from both teams. Kiritich understanding that the star is gone, so bad trying to pull in the late. Actually, might actually lose his life. Not the biggest. Still, the thing is that you saw that your tower on top was falling, so you need to smoke the bottom lane. You need to. Darkside are gonna be happy that they were able to mirror the move of.
Speaking of mirroring, Ramsey's dropping these mirror images. They're going to be dealing with the Terrorblade illusions, but it looks like Ramsey's and Darkside, they're full steam ahead to try and force Terrorblade out of his own jungle here and take map control on this bottom side of the map.
Would you rather be a Terrorblade or a seeing yourself in the big ass strong demon or a beautiful lady?
I don't know.
That big strong ass demon conquering the world, big pecs, strong arms. Nah.
Does he really though? Have you seen the anime? He's a little bit pathetic.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. Anyways, though, our side, they are ahead, and with the Beastmaster opening up the map like this, it's gonna allow Roger and Rabel to play around it. So now they have the vision. It's all about having sentries in an area that you want to play if you're Darkside. The other side, Nemiga, slowing down still. Next 3 minutes, he gets the shard, and finally you have some impact from your squad.
Yeah, he isn't too far off that. So, bottom lane, they're going to be able to take him over to Sobat. Sobat, he was in the middle of throwing the overgrowth. He still gets caught out. The split earth comes through, and Rabel was able to claim the kill with the help of Focus. And it looks like they want to smoke. They want to go for more because this mid lane, they're trying to go onto Seneko, but there's going to be the TPs coming in onto this. And the Disco Pony, he wants to get involved. It is his party. They get the kill onto the Silencer, but Rabel's going to be coming through with the Pulse Nova, with the Diabolic Edict now as well. That Silence is going to be there, but it doesn't really matter because of the lasso. The lockdown, did he have enough to take down? It looks like they're going to be able to take down the crack. Kiritich, he wants to go for more. The Metamorphosis is going to be popped, and DK Focus, the axes fly through, but they do still get the kill, and now they might be able to chase down onto Roger as well. The flame break, the damage coming through from the Firefly, they get the kill, and Ramses can't do anything about it, and just the gate comes out, gets them all back to base. They're all going to be able to heal back up, and then immediately get themselves right back into the action underneath this tier 1.
Oh, such a nice move from Nemiga. That was so fast for Darkside, but the problem is that Toneko died. He had the buyback, but didn't want to use it. I think he bought the arcane boots there. If he bought back, used the global silence, I think the fight goes differently. But Toneko just didn't put that much emphasis on himself, and he was the main point of that fight because he died at the start of it. Nemiga, with sheer speed and confidence, actually destroyed that move of Toneko. Just a slight mistake. Cost him Steam dearly because that was kind of the move that breaks the game towards one or the other side. And first of all, for Darkside, it just goes.
Yeah, but we've seen this before. Now they might be able to get themselves onto Vazia. And again, Vazia, he's going to try and go for the TP. There's a split. There's a Yule Scepter that stops that TP away. Hellscream, he was trying to back up his teammate for as long as possible on Vazia, wasting time. He's walking through the Pit of Malice, but there is going to be the charge coming through. Drops another pit, but he's not even going to be able to get himself in it. Never mind the enemy team, as they do get the pick now onto the Underlord.
The Manta is done for Ramses, but before he gets the Orchid, he is not really gonna be joined too much. That Orchid though, if there's a Manta finished on the TV, it's not gonna be that big of it. So that's why Darkside, they want to continue the aggression.
Yeah, and you can see that there is going to be the ultimate coming out from Roger, but is there going to be any fault? Shrag's trying to get there, close this gap, but without the boots of travel, it's not going to be super effective. And like you say, you went for that Yules. He's going to go back for the Bloodstone there as well. So Roger, he went a little bit too far, a little bit too quickly, and gets picked off before Rabel can catch up.
I have to praise Kiritich in this game. His movements have been quite good. His usage of the illusions to push out the waves have been really nice, and it is helping his team keep tabs on the Spirit Breaker, something that they've been. You can see a night and day.
Yeah, and we can see now as well that Underlord wants to put pressure onto this tier 1. They want this tier 1 tower, and nothing that Darkside can do. They don't want to look like yeah, there's gonna be the charge in from Marine onto Marine, but the tower's still gonna go down. Do they?
Roger. South, you don't want to engage there. The problem with Darkside currently is that they're lacking damage.
Yeah.
You know, Lesh doesn't have the tankiness necessary to just go in, so you have to be very careful. If you don't kill the Underlord, it's a problem. So for Darkside, if it's a full fight, you want the Beastmaster to be opponents. And DK Focus for now, the only thing he's focusing on, applying pressure.
And you can see that here that, like you say, he is applying pressure. He doesn't have the Helm of the Overlord just yet as well. How much gold is he away from that? He's still about 700 gold from being able to complete onto that. It's getting quicker. Obviously, him clearing up creep waves now as well. Oh, he finds Roger again. Roger, again, just in the wrong place at the wrong time, away from the rest of the team, and the team don't have the time to respond. So that's going to be another free kill onto the Space Cow.
That fight in the mid lane was actually so crucial. It gave time for Nemiga to get towards the shards for the Riki, and now him and the Battery are going to be on the run. They might not even need to be using the lasso, because people stay in this smoke stream for a very long time, especially because of the flame. Yeah. So very, very nice timing now for Nemiga. The Darkside, you counter it with a team fight, but you need to get to it. It can't, because the lanes are being pushed in. So Nemiga are kind of dealing with everything currently, and Darkside are the ones that...
Yeah, and at least here, we can see that they might be able to get themselves on. Hellscream's going to be close, but the charge comes in onto Marine. Marine! Nope. He gets stopped. The Sleeping Dart comes through, and now they have to go onto the Riki. The Roar's going to be there just to get the kill onto the Riki. Top lane. Is there going to be any way for Darkside? Now, they're all on the bottom, so the TPs are going to be coming through. It is going to be less charge to be there now as well. Vazia, do you want to try and go with the feed script to get himself out of this? It doesn't look like it as Underlord. He's going to be chunked down slowly but surely. He walks himself away, drops the Rotobatos as well onto Ramses, but the charge comes through. It does connect, and he should eventually be able to get the kill. But how long did that take? He bought so much time for the rest of his team, just creating space, keeping the pressure off it after that gank, and keeping him Darkside pinned into their own jungle, so they weren't able to look for another gank themselves.
Still, Darkside are gonna be okay with it. The thing about their lineup is you wanna go for kill after kill. It allows you to push out lanes and just go for the next one. You're gonna be getting closer and closer to objectives at some. You can focus on them. So Chaos, is what they are what they're gunning for, right? And you know, Vazia is always gonna be a hard kill. That's just what's gonna be the case. Though once Orchid comes, Vazia didn't go for Guardian Greed. This is actually gonna be a problem for him. We're seeing that he's already got down the Lotus Orb because he understands the dangerous. If there is an Orchid there, no bit of malice, no chance for you to survive along with him.
Yeah, and Kirtich applying pressure to the top lane as well. We can see that he's not, like you say, the illusions coming through. He's not scared of pushing out, being seen, popping the Manta style, and just letting these illusions apply the pressure to the lane here. Going towards the Skadi as well. But how is Ramses looking? Ramses, he's got himself the Orchid. And is this where... Do you think he wants to get that BKB out and then start to look to get aggressive? Or is it just that the times now, you know, we've got the power spike onto Focus, we've got Rabel that's got his Bloodstone up, we can push the towers. Do you want to start taking the map control if you're on the side of Darkside?
It's hard. It's hard to run into Nemiga because Malvin has a BKB.
Well, look at this. He's going to be using it now as well. The Global Stars just come through. Rabel's trying to do the best he can with the Bloodstone, keeping himself alive. The Yule Scepter comes out as well. Where's that set up onto the Terrorblade? The Terrorblade's going to be able to get the Sun off, but he gets it onto Sobat. Sobat, he throws the Overgrowth out, but they're only going to be Manta Styles now. The Chasing Roger's going to be able to get the ultimate off onto the Terrorblade. The Terrorblade, he's going to get really darn low. One more right click. They do get the kill. And Focus even getting involved in this with the Raw now. Again, the mirror image comes through. Hellscream, he's going to be netted up. It looks like he's going to be killed off as well. Ramses with the double kill. He can even go even further onto this now as well. Vizia, he's trying to do his best. He pops that Pit of Malice. He's walked himself through it as well, so he can't be charged on by Roger, but it looks like they want to carry on going. Seneko with the curse, with the last word coming through onto with the net now as well. The silence, it's not going to be able to keep Vizia alive, and Vizia's going to go down.
Orchid destroyed Nemiga, right? Literally destroyed them. You see how they're using the BKBs, they're using the Manta Styles to deal with the Silencer, but then there's an Orchid. It kills the Terrorblade, and without any committal, Ramses is just staying behind. He Orchids the hero and sends in the illusions. He's not committing. He's not putting himself into any kind of a dangerous position. And once Nemiga lost the Terrorblade, their formation was gone. There is no more reason to fight, and you're just running away. And then it ends up being a disaster. So this is an item that Nemiga are gonna have to find more answers to. Lotus Orbs, Force Staffs, get away from the Naga Siren. This is what happens. Underlord, no Guardian Greaves, no Lotus Orb. He's gonna be finishing off the pipe. So it's this item is actually gonna be strong for a very long period of time. Nemiga, I don't know if they have what it takes to deal with it.
Yeah, and he's, like you said, Kirtich, he's got that Skadi queued up. Would you prefer him to go back for a BKB? Is that the item that you think? Because if he goes for a Skadi, yes, he's going to have more stats, a little bit more survivability, but he's still going to be as vulnerable there to the Orchid as he was in that last fight. Would you like him to shift gears here to go towards the BKB?
No, I think it's the right approach in terms of items. I think Nemiga just need to dodge straight up fights again. That's it. Get into fights. I know the catch of enemies is super strong, but the stronger your illusions get, the easier it will be for you to control the map without much committal. I know that the enemies also have a lot of it, but when it comes to clearing down illusions, Nemiga can do it a little bit easier without much committal, whereas the Lash needs to show himself. So Lash shows himself clearing the EV illusions, then you can easily show yourself clearing the Naga illusions, and you're always going to be one step ahead. So I think just go full on stats, send the illusions in, make sure the illusions are pushing out the waves, and at some point you're going to get that BKB.
They're going to be able to get a charge onto Mallory again. He throws out the Flame Break, but he pops the BKB as well for that gank. It is going to keep him alive, but it might mean that they open up. Oh, top lane. Kirtich is going to be able to get the kill onto the Terrorblade, though. Do they find the right one, or do they even want to carry on going onto this? Because everybody on the side of Darkside, apart from Rabel, they keep themselves on this bottom part of the map. It looks like they want to apply pressure again to this tier 2 tower. The Beastmaster's down here. Now he has the Helm of the Overlord. He's got the Ancient Black Dragon as well. The charge is going to come through Mallory. He has that Flame Break, but he doesn't have that BKB, so he's going to be really careful about being caught out here. And you can see the Ancient Black Dragon, they're trying to do what they can to this tier 2, even though the Treant has that living armor. They're trying to trade off tier 2 for tier 2.
So Neko is sometimes being dead for these key situations on the map. I think that's something that's hurting Darkside quite a lot, not having the global silence.
Yeah.
They probably would have wanted to fight. As I mentioned, they don't have the BKB himself, he doesn't want to go for it, he wants the stats. That puts him in a vulnerable position when there's so many things to play around. But because the silencer is dead, they can easily go for it. Now, it is going to be a trade, so not the worst thing in the world for Darkside, but Terrorblade is getting fatter and fatter, and these illusions are going to be harder and harder to deal with. Same goes for the Sign, because the heart is going to a couple of minutes.
Yeah, Naga already got himself the Reaver, so the extra strength boost coming into these fights is going to be incredibly useful even before the heart itself comes out. Just as surviving through them, being able to get yourself in and out of the fights there as well. As Vazia trying to deal with these illusions that come through, but the Naga Siren just trying to do it. In fact, he was going after the courier there, but just being able to pop the mirror images, keep the aggression off the lanes, keep that creep playground pushing back towards the enemies. And Seneko, there's going to be the Scepter. They've locked down onto the train. The train, what can he do? He tried to go for the overgrowth. He's going to be caught up and killed off, and now they can go even further if they want to, but Hellscream, he's in the trees. Kiritich is already away there as well.
Seneko is like, my brothers, don't let me die every single time. He's going for a Lotus Sword, which is a great item. Don't get me wrong, but I kind of expected the Force Staff here to be something cool, but I guess Sunder, Lasso, Sleeping Dart, bit of Malice, yes, Overgrowth, just so many things to return to the enemies. Yeah, Lotus is definitely a great item. Once Darkside get a ton of those, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah, the net comes out onto the Unload, but no real follow-up from that. You can see Seneko, he's playing it safe. He's playing it so safe. He's on the other part of the map to the side of where Darkseid has wanted to roam there. But he, I guess, waiting for the Beastmaster's army to catch up. And the fight does break out. Global Silence is going to be there this time. Now the charge comes through. They're going to be able to take down the Ricky. Can they take down Vizir as well? Vizir, he's popped that pipe, but he's going to be dragged back into the danger. He's going to be caught out and killed off. And now they can go for even more if they want to. So bad in the trees. They have that reveal. Do they have the net? They have the silence. They're going to try and walk him in, but the song comes out and they're trying to take him down. The song, well, the train is going to be well spent, seeing as you've already got 2 kills to set up with the rest of the team around now as well. The charge comes through. They cut down the train, and they're going to be able to take this tier 1 tower, maybe even convert it into even more, because the Roshan is up if they want to move themselves into the pit.
That's the difference in fights when your silencer is alive and Ramsey's going off. You could say, okay, we are going to kill him, but the global silence comes out. There's a stun from the Lesh. Everything is different. Everything. No spells come out from Nemiga. They lose their 2 heroes, mainly the Underlord. There's no more Pit of Malice. The chase is on. It's lucky for Nemiga that they got that many here. This is the thing that breaks the game for Darkside just one time. Seneko is in a good position. That's basically his base. He's ready to spam the R button. R. So it's that easy. Nemiga, though, they're still not out of it. The plan remains the same. The thing is only, can you understand the limits? It's not easy to do. Even like watching from a viewer's perspective, it is not easy to understand where are the limits of Nemiga. You know, how far can they go? How far can they poke? How deep can they go for these pickoffs? It's just not easy to tell. They can do it. Their lineup is capable of doing it, but just one misstep and you easily get random.
Yeah, and you can see that Vazia was trying his best there as well to get out, popping the pipe, trying to walk himself away. But the amount of control that Darkside have, it was just so much that Vazia, he couldn't eat. All he could do was buy time for the rest of his team to get out. And even after that, the train wasn't able to get himself out. So we can see that, in fact, Rabel, has he got himself the boots of travel yet? He's going towards him. He's about 550 gold away from picking those up. And we saw in the last game how much, well, it was the boots of travel too, but just being able to follow up once that Spirit Breaker starts to charge in, you pop the boots of travel 2 onto him, you follow up with the TP onto the Spirit Breaker, so you get that as he connects with the charge. And how effective that gank squad was, just coming from a couple of items into the mid to the late game. And I wouldn't be surprised to see it again. Roger, anytime he sees anyone that's alone on the side of Nemiga, you get the instant charge in, you get the follow-up from the Leshrac, and you either force out some BKBs as the hero on Nemiga tries to run themselves away, or you get a kill out of it that opens up objectives on the map. Objectives like the Roche Pit.
I'm really liking what Ramses wants to go for. What he got the shard. The thing about Darkside's lineup is if they find the right engagement, they will win the fight. And that's why you want to have as many possible ways of resetting the fight. And even if you get low and he pops the Song of the Siren, heals up his teammates, he can set up for such a great, especially because there's only one BK side. So that's also some. The only thing that you have to kite. Malrine with the BKB, cut him out, pop the song, and then you can turn it around and set it up any way you like. Because what is the deal of Malice? choke points. What does the song allow you? It allows you to spread and organize yourself before you decide when to engage. Even if the enemies know about it, if you're spread out, they're not gonna have the spells necessary to kill you. Smoke screen, overgrowth, bit of malice. Those are the teamfight spells for Nemiga. If they can't combine them properly, they cannot win it.
Yeah, and I like this. I mean, Kiritich is trying to use these illusions to scout out when Darkside go into the Roach Pit, but the Beastmaster, he just has this entire triangle. You know, he's using the Hawks to get the vision around, making sure that they don't have to commit wards to this now as well. So the illusion's coming in. Charge from Roger going towards the Batrider. The Batrider thinks this is free, but there's going to be the TPs in. Look at this. It's a great instant response as Rabel picks up the Aegis. They're going to be able to get themselves on top of Mallory. Mallory has to pop the BKB, but are they going to be able to get the lockdown? Because the TP is going to be there. The damage is still going to be enough to get the kill. And the Raw committed to make sure they take down Mallory. Immediate reaction. They had the timing perfectly on that. As soon as the Roche falls, Naga Siren was already TPing down to the bottom lane, and he find the catch onto the Batrider.
Yeah, they get him down. Also, again, it's going to be the Lesh going for the Boots of Travel too. We are seeing this more and more currently in the meta. The idea is you're going to be able to be wherever the Spirit Breaker is. Roger, he was thinking about the BKB, being aware of how annoying the Pit of Malice is for him, but he's like, no, I am just running around and I do not care.
And they've got the lockdown again onto the Underlord. The Underlord is going to be silenced up, he's going to be netted down, and he's going to be killed off.
Потрібна моя допомога. Потрібна моя допомога. Потрібна моя допомога.
One kill after the other. This thing, the Nemiga are not respecting the ability of Darkside to get that bonus kill anywhere on the map. It doesn't matter that all of them TP to the bottom lane. Their mobility is just insane. All of their heroes are incredibly fast to move around the map. You need to be wary of that, especially the killers, the Naga Siren, the Spirit Breaker, and the Lesh.
Yeah, and you can see that Rebel, he was absolutely fine. There was three heroes from the side of Nemiga on that top lane, and he just moves himself into it. He says, okay, I'm going to clean them up, and if you want to contest onto this, I have an Aegis, you know, I've got the rest of it. I've got Roger that can get a good charge in, and you have to get through me twice. I've still got the Bloodstone, even got the E-Blade that's going to be able to deal with the right clicks coming out from the Terrorblade. So he was so confident that he was able to survive. When the rest of the team were in the mid lane, you know, he was just saying, I'm going to push back. I'm going to push this lane back against 3 heroes, and it just forced Nemiga to opt for the TPs away from this lane.
Okay, Kiritich, ABKB. Now there's a Bloodthorn. Even if you get the butterfly, you're getting ripped apart. You need the BKB. Now once he sees it, I don't even know if you finish off the butterfly. That's how vulnerable you are. One stun and you're gone.
Ships in the night there. Sobat and Roger close. They were almost touching Boop and noses, but it looks like Sobat and Roger, yeah, they're not going to be able to find each other. Maybe not. Rabel, the split is going to be a little bit too short. There's the charge. The Ulceptor comes out though. Yeah, no protector for the Dream Protector, and the Dream Protector is going to be killed off and taken right down. Just showed a little bit too close there to Roger, giving him the information that he was still up on this top part of the map, and Rabel got the vision off, and they got the kill.
He killed his brothers and then he killed him. That's just the most evil thing I can ever think of. And
sadistic, pure sadism.
Yeah, and also one hero dead. Again, they're going. I like the unique. We lost the hero. We have to get out of them. Show our terrible.
Yeah, and like I say, he is just using those to push up past the tier 2. You know, even using the Manta Star, it looks like to force something out here. It does mean that if anything breaks out, he's going to be out without that Manta Star for 30 seconds. But he's just playing it. Yeah, they're playing high ground. They're playing it safe. Only really Hellscream looking into to try and get maybe a courier or two. Scouts out, see where everyone else. But is there a gem on the side of Darkside? There is. It's on Ramses.
Just going around the map, clearing out the... Naga Siren is a very, very... The movement speed of... So you're moving around the map super fast, and you're just checking every single area that you want. Ideal scenario. You stand in the jungle and sending illusions everywhere, and you want to be somewhere close. So we have these two that are super fast. That's the Lash and the... We have the Naga Siren that if she's in the vicinity, she will come over. And then we have the Beastmaster who... and the Silencer who want to control the area be around. Ramses is kind of a hybrid between the two. He's helping his guys skill, and he's controlling the map, right? So that's why the gem is with him, because he's everywhere. And then these other guys, they just one of them want to go in and out. The other ones are always going to be around their wards like they need.
Hellscream at least getting something out of this, taking down a courier there, and they have the scan. They know that at least somebody on the side of Nemiga are around this tier 2 tower. I wonder what I mean, Roger, Roger's just looking, he's coming back, he's saying, you're not getting my courier. He comes all the way back just to get this ward off, and yeah, scouting out the high ground as well, making sure there's no high cliff ward there coming out. Roger, though, where does he want to go for the charge? And does Rabel has the boots of travel too. He's going to be able to follow up onto this. If they don't get out now, Marine, the scan, he cancels the charge.
Right now, create space by charging for the last outer tower to fall. With that, the Roche will be yours for the taken, and Nemiga are gonna have to go in blind to get anything done. The presence of the Spirit Breaker not allowing anyone to push out the bottom lane is that's kind of.
Yeah, and Ramses will be able to take down the tower. Now the charge does come in. There's going to be the boots of travel 2 TP in here from Rabel. Yule Scepter comes out, setting up for that split earth. And again, no protection offered to the Treant Protector. No Lincolns, no BKBs, no Lotuses. And he was just taken down immediately as soon as that Yule Scepter fades off. He gets split earthed out and killed off. No way to survive through it.
If you look at the hawks being used there in the trees, those are the hawks that are kind of showing us the line that Nemiga cannot. Because of the vision of the hawks, but because Roger is not going to be chasing deep, you can push out of your. That's it. This line is. It is a part of the map that Darkside controls, and if you poke out your nose, you. That's basically. Maybe even DK focuses like, yeah, we can follow you up until this line. Don't go any deeper in. Roger is respecting it. He's not really dying.
Yeah, and it just cracks me up that the Ricky's just behind, behind where the tier 2s and the tier 3s should be. Just looking for couriers, because that's the amount of impact. How well it looked. So Seneko doesn't have any vision to see Hellscream. No, he does. He's going to go for the dust. A Lotus Orb is going to be there now as well, because Ramses was close here with the... they actually passed the gem off to Rabel, and they're going to be able to get the lockdown. They get the kill.
He is, you are annoying, my friend, and we will take you down. Nice one there. How did he know? Like, he didn't use the scan?
I don't know. It's a good question, but I don't... Did he walk too close to the tier? He might have walked too close to the tier 3.
Okay, if he's that crazy, then okay. The chat. That's why they... And again, one hero dead. Everyone needs to be safe. Heritage.
No, he's going to be bounced around again like a pinball. And Rabel finds the kill. And like you said, well, he is going to go back. He finished off the butterfly. But he is going to be going back for that BKB. He's still about 1,300 gold from completing. But that 1,300 gold could be another 2 or 3 minutes that's going to open up Darkside just to get ganks like that off. And he doesn't have the buyback. So he's not even going to be able to come back to defend the space if Darkside want to try and force something out here. All the illusions, the mirror images coming through from Ramses, but the Pit of Malice, the Firestorm, going to be able to deal with those for a little bit. Now comes out onto the Underlord. They're going to try and force something out. Roger going to be going for the charge now onto Marine as well. Yeah, the roar comes out. It's going to be reflected back because of the Lotus Orb, but because of the Split Earth or the Lasso, there's going to be a nice global silence coming through. And Rabel, he doesn't even get dragged back into the fountain. So Rabel, he's going to be able to get himself out of danger. They can commit further if they want to, but it looks like they want to try and put this aggression onto the tier 3 tower. And now, Faz is going to get low. Do they want to go for even more on this now as well? The Flame Break trying to push them back inside the Pit of Malice as well. Naga Siren, he's just happy to sit here, Ramses, and take that one out as the charge comes through onto the back lines. And Vazia, he's getting low on health. What else can Darkside do? They're going to be able to get the lightning down as well. Ricky has to dodge this one off, dive away to his teammate as it looks like. Do they have enough? The song, though, the song comes out, and this might be the ripcord. This might be the disengage button coming out from Darkside, and there's no fault here from the side of Nemiga. They might still have to lock down onto Lishrak. Oh, the growth is going to be used, but it's going to be a recharge coming through here from the Spirit Breaker. They're going to go even further. They're going to be able to take down the Lishrak, but can they get anything else out of this? As the Hawk dive comes through onto Fazia. So Fazia not going to be able to drop the pit on anyone else, and they do lose the Lesh. But they get themselves out here on the side of Darkside, but really good fight from Nemiga to defend that tier 3, not only to defend the tier 3, but find a pick off onto the Disco Pony as well.
People are usually, why are you diving that? thing is, this Thunderlord, this Treant, they're so annoying that you have to do it, right? This is the best bet, especially while the Terrorblade was down, but it didn't respect it. 10 seconds before the Terrorblade comes in, they go in, they get a beautiful stun, and like, we can kill them, and you just get pulled into a situation where you're gonna die. You really need to be looking at that timer of the Terrorblade, because if he buys back, you lose the hero. Here it's still a fight that's gonna be benefiting. The one big thing, Darkside didn't manage. That could see that it's only one hero in the base. You go in with the charge and you kill him. That could be an opening.
Yeah, and you can see here now as well, Roger, he's going to be going back after the Shadow Blade towards the BKB, so he does want to be able to get into dives to stop being pushed back, to stop being controlled mid-charge, which again could open up more kills. Roche 54 seconds away before the big man's back. Maori, though, he's going to be spotted the charge, he's going to be coming through. Do they want to go for anything more from this? He's going to be in the middle of 2 or 3 heroes. In fact, everybody but the Underlord backing up on Nemiga. As the charge, it just continues. It is going to connect, and now the boots of travel come out. They're going to be able to do a lot of damage, but it looks like the track. He cancelled the TP. The global stance is going to be there. Batrider with the BKB in the trees, but can they carry on chasing him down? Rebel goes left, Batrider goes right, but he's leaving a Firefly. He's leaving that trail. He's looking for the TPs. Back lines up. Seneko is going to be able to take down so bad. They even lock down Vazia, and there's going to be... Do they go through? They don't go through. The Beastmaster, he was teasing, looking to go through that Fiend's Gate, but in the end, he changed his mind. He thought better of it.
If they paid attention, they would have seen that it's in the... They actually could have gone taking the tier. But Roche should be your objective right now, because the way that you come back into this game, these games, you win a fight and you take. So if Darkside get the Roche, it's not only the thing that allows them to hold the high ground more effectively, it's something that that just makes sure that the enemies are not...
Yeah, Ramses, he's a fast boy. He's even got himself the Trickster's Cloak dropping there as well. He sees Marion with instant blink away. He's got that gem, so he did get the vision onto the Ramses walking in with the Silver Edge. But now, this just means that the Batrider TPs himself back to base. Look at how quickly this Roche is going to fall.
Well, that's a shard for Dotalicious, but that's going to help you a little bit at push, because you put down a couple of split earths, and it's gonna be tougher for Nemiga to actually engage. So even if you're caught inside of the Pit of Malice, it is gonna be a tough situation for Nemiga to just beat this up.
Yeah, Marine, he's going deep. He's getting that TP out, just trying to, again, it looks like keep the pressure off this bottom lane here. He even got himself a refresher orb. So he wants that double lockdown in these fights. You know, the double BKBs as well when the global stance comes out. If he has to be the one initiating, jump in, BKB lasso, wait for the global stance, refresh your BKB, get yourself out of danger, and then you still have a lasso left over if the fight goes long.
He's dealing with 2 Lotus Orbs, and those could be issues, right? Do they have any 4 steps in the league? They have 1. Okay, that's nice. And 4 steps.
Yeah. Was that the BKB? That's going to be the BKB from Maori. They might have the lockdown onto the Treant, though they do. Treant tried to force himself out, but the chase down, and Rabel always had his number there.
Charged up by the Spirit Breaker right there on the Hawk. It's just going to be crazy for the Lesh to run. He sees you clearly. So it's not only about the charge connect. Roger is usually on the other side of the map. He gives teammates, so even if there's a Pit of Malice, he's not going to be coming anytime soon, and he's just giving awesome vision to his teammates. Working out quite well.
Yeah, Kiritich at least is starting to, you know, he's amassing the farm. He's got that BKB. He's not used it just yet as well. Going to be going towards a refresher, so that's going to be nice. Going to be able to get the double BKB off, double metamorphosis in fights. You know, stick around and do a lot of damage, but it's just the rest of Nemiga just seem to be melting a lot quicker than the Terrorblade can use his full range of kit and get the you know, get the use out of it. It's how do Nemiga? We look at Hellscream. They've got the Lotus Sword here. He's doing the same thing. He's hiding behind the tier 2s, between the tier 2s and the tier 3s, looking for couriers, just trying to buy a little bit of space, it looks like. Looking for another 4-staff, so that's going to be quite nice there as well. But it doesn't really offer anything in the fights. Yes, he's got the sleeping dart, so he's going to be able to shut someone down unless you know, it gets purged off. but it's not really having the impact that we saw from the Na'Vi game, where the Riki was hunting down heroes. You know, he was going 1v1 with anyone he could find. It really is a Na'Vi that's, excuse me, a Riki that's not having the impact that we, like say, saw in the first game. What can this Riki do to help out his team, apart from just sitting behind between the towers and looking for couriers?
Okay, what can this Riki do apart? It's about vision. That's why he has been so useless, is because they're losing the game. If they were winning, they would help them win without him winning. If they're losing, he is going up the gem, he's going sentries, and that's just the nature of it. So he's trying to find some ways to assist his team, killing couriers, showing good maps, showing who's moving, which items are flying through. Yeah. That's about it. Also, one thing that you talked about, the Terrible. He's gonna be the frontliner, he's gonna be the damage dealer, he's gonna be everything. But first of all, he's gonna need to live because he's right under enemy.
Yeah, he's seen by the Hawk, and the charge is going to be falling onto this wall, and Kiritich, he's dead. 75 seconds does have a buyback, but if they can force this out here, Darkside are going to consider that a second win after taking Kiritich down in the first place. And look at this, Rabel, he's just ready. He's got that Aegis for another 2 minutes or so. He's coming up onto the tier 3s. He's dropping that split turf, like you say. And it's going to create a little bit of space away from this tier 3s that Nemiga might not be able to contest into. The pit gets dropped. Rabel, Rotobatos, it's going to be turned around. He gets another split. Fast, this is going to be the stone to Vazia. He's still going to beat the Hawk. Oh, it bounces back on that Lotus. But Vazia has to be really careful about how far forward he comes. And Rabel's just going to be loving sitting forward now as well. The last of the drive back, Global Silence comes out. What's he going to be able to do? Because that's going to be the buyback here from Kiritich as well. Going to be dragged right back into the fountain. That's the Aegis. Do they have enough to lock him down? Or is he going to be able to get himself away from this one? The Song. This is going to be a great exit plan here for Leshrac, and Lesh should be able to get himself away. Pops the Trickster's Cloak now as well. And now they can turn himself around. Rabel with the BKB, but it's going to be the BKB from Kiritich. The right click's coming through as well. And Rabel to lock down with the overgrowth, but it looks like they're going to be losing the lane of Rax here, even if they take down this Leshrac once, which they don't. The wall comes out, and it looks like Lesh, they're going to be able to go even further onto this to get a kill onto the Batrider. They might even be able to take down Vazia. Can they do even more from this as well? Kiritich, he's got that Sunder, but they get the kill onto the buybacks have to come through from both Malrine as well as the Underlord, and they might even be able to go into Kiritich again. Kiritich already used that buyback, but the Beastmaster's getting low. Can Vazia finish him off? One more right click, it will be enough, and he gets the kill onto Bogus. Ramsey's up, pops that BKB to split up. They blow up onto the Batrider, and now it's going to open up the racks. It's going to open up the game. As all 5 heroes, Darkside, Sunder comes out, but he's got the heart, he's got the regen, and it looks like Kiritich, he's ready to call the GG. Darkside, they have the game.
They do. I mean, that's it. If Darkside reset the game, that has kind of been the MO of the game, they're gonna be winning in the end. And it's very easy to do so when you're this far ahead.